Good morning, students. This video contains three topics. First, types of user of DBMS. Next, advantages of using DBMS approach. Third, limitations of using DBMS approach. First one is types of user of DBMS. DBMS is used by many types of users depending on their requirements and interaction with the DBMS. Actually, we are having four types of users in DBMS. First one is end users. Users who use the database for querying, modifying, and generating reports as per their needs. They are not concerned about the working and designing of the database. They simply use the DBMS to get their tasks done. Next one is database administrator, that is DBA. DBA administers the database and the DBMS. The DBA is responsible for authoring access, monitoring its use, providing technical supports, acquiring software and hardware resources. Next one is application programmers. Actually, application programmers write application programs to interact with the database. These programs are written in high-level language and SQL to interact with the database. Last one is system analyst. System analyst determines the requirement of the end users and then develop specifications to meet these requirements. A system analyst plays a major role in database design and all the technical, economic, and feasibility aspects. Now, the next one is advantages of using DBMS approach. The need of DBMS itself explains the advantages of using a DBMS. Following are the advantages of using a DBMS. First one is reduction in redundancy. Students, data in a DBMS is more concise because of the central repository of data. All the data is stored at one place. There is no repetition of the same data. This also reduces the cost of storing data on hard disks or other memory devices. Second one is improved consistency. The chances of data inconsistencies in a database are also reduced as there is only a single copy of data that is accessed or updated by all the users. Next one is improve availability. Same information is made available to different users. This helps sharing of information by various users of database. Next one is improve security. There is improvement in the availability of information to users. It may also be required to restrict the access to confidential information by making use of password and controlling users database access right. The DBA can provide security to the database so that the database cannot be updated by unauthorized user or cannot be stolen by unauthorized user too. Next one is user friendly. Students, using a DBMS, it becomes very easy to access, modify, and delete data. It reduces the dependency of users on computer specialists to perform various data related operations in a DBMS because of its user friendly interface, my dear. Now, the next part is limitation of using DBMS approach. The two main disadvantages of using a DBMS are high cost and security and recovery overheads. The cost of implementing a DBMS system is very high. It is also a very time-consuming process which involves analyzing users' requirements, designing the database specification, writing application programs, and then also providing training. Students, you can see these are the main problems. That is why the cost is high. First one is analyzing users requirement. That means if suppose I have to make a database of school, then I must go to the institution and ask what is your requirement. As per that, I will be designing the database. Designing the database needs what? The programs. And once the program is written and given a shape of software, then the training is required. Without the training, the user cannot work on the database. So there are different channels. That is why its cost is high. Okay. Now, the next topic is security and recovery overheads. Unauthorized access to a database can lead to threat to the individual or organization depending on the data stored. Also, the data must be regularly backed up to prevent its loss due to fire, earthquakes, etc. If suppose the data that is stored in the system, these data are very important for the company. So company must take the backup of such a database. If not, what will happen if suppose there is a problem with the server, if the hard disk is crashed or due to fire or earthquake, there can be a lot of problems to the company. Maybe if it is a big company, then for a day, yes, it can have a loss of crores, because companies work with the database. Maybe it can be the customer's database or the other one, HNI or foreign, yes, investors database. So in that case, the company will be shut down because of no data. So that's why the backup is needed for the company. Okay, it may be, yes, using the external hard disk, or it may be through cloud storage. Okay, I hope you have understood all the topics.